So today, why don't we all welcome Redmi Note 9 Pro. So Redmi Note 9 Pro brings the ultimate flagship level experience to the mid-range segment. So first, why don't we all start with a flagship level design? So one word to describe Redmi Note 9 Pro's design: cool, super cool. Let's take a look. So at first glance, we see this gorgeous two-tone color. You can see it's glossy on top and a darker shade with a touch of diagonal stripes at the bottom. Super cool, isn't it? So Redmi Note 9 Pro comes in 3 amazing colors. This super cool, eye-catching two-tone color called tropical green. And we have the pearl-like shine that glimmers as light is reflected, glacier white. And not your typical kind of gray, interstellar gray. So here are the 3 colors of the Redmi Note 9 Pro. Now, why don't we all take a look at the front? So the first thing you'll notice is that the notch is gone. And right now, it comes with a 6.67-inch dot display and a taller 20:9 aspect ratio. So what's in it for you? This means it's less obstructions and you have more cinematic viewing experience. And as we spend more and more time on our screens, we also ensure that the Redmi Note 9 Pro is easy on the eyes. It's also certified by Germany's TÜV Rheinland. Redmi Note 9 Pro is functional as it is good looking. So front and back, it's all protected by the Corning Gorilla Glass 5, so it survives everyday wear and tear. Redmi Note 9 Pro adopts a side-mounted fingerprint sensor, so the power button and the fingerprint sensor are integrated into one. And it's also strategically located to where your hand naturally sits, so unlocking is super easy. So unlocking is something that we do more than 100 times per day, so we wanted to ensure that you have the best possible experience. So here's our tropical green, the two-tone color. Now we have this beautiful pearl white, glacier white. And of course, the classic one, we have the interstellar gray. Now, why don't we all take a look at the flagship level camera? Redmi Note 9 Pro is the 64 quad camera Pro. It comprises of 64 main camera, ultra wide angle, macro, and depth sensor for portraits. So why don't we all dive right in? Flagship level 64 megapixel camera. Redmi Note 9 Pro has a massive sensor allowing you to capture phenomenal photos. Why do we all see it? So with the 64 megapixel, each part of the photo is crisp enough to cut. And you get multiple stories from one part of a larger photo, which is pretty awesome. The 64 megapixel perfectly captures this breathtaking scene. This was actually taken in Mount Fuji. And no matter what time of the day, you get great shots with the Redmi Note 9 Pro. And even at night, so here you could see that the reflections and the windows are all looking crystal clear. With a 64 megapixel camera, you can even print billboard level photos up to 3.26 meters. So moving on, let's take a look at the ultra wide angle. Ultra wide angle lets you see the wider picture, so you could capture the full view anytime and anywhere. Next, portraits. Our fans and users love taking portraits. So here's a snap taken with the Redmi Note 9 Pro. You could see great bokeh, crisp subject, even if it's down to her eyelashes. So we didn't stop with great portraits. Today, we're also bringing cinematic portraits. So with this feature, you get a widescreen look with black bars on top and bottom. So just like the movies, you could even adjust the bokeh in real time. So how about that? This photo looks truly amazing, like it's taken out of a movie scene. So portrait shots have never looked this good. I really encourage you to try out the cinematic portraits feature. So next, macro mode. With a 5 megapixel macro, you can capture tiny details you would have otherwise missed, like this one. Any guesses what this is? So it's actually bubbles inside a bottle of carbonated drink. So one more. Gorgeous macro shot on the Redmi Note 9 Pro. It's actually broccoli. This is truly interesting shot that brings out the best of your creativity. So here's the Redmi Note 9 Pro 64 megapixel quad camera, giving you a camera for every situation. Redmi Note 9 Pro isn't complete without features for the pros. So let's start with Pro Photos. So this time, with the Redmi Note 9 Pro, you're able to shoot in RAW. So you have more flexibility in post-editing, and you're totally control of your awesome shots. Next, Pro Videos. Redmi Note 9 Pro comes with a dedicated Pro Video mode, giving you full control when you're creating content. So you have this smooth video zoom. What you could do is simply tap on the slider and drag to zoom in and zoom out while recording the video. This lets you easily highlight the most important part of the scene or add a little drama to your video. Next, most of the pros want more control in their settings, and two important aspects are focus and exposure. So with this feature, you're able to set the focal point and exposure manually. So this is especially handy in challenging conditions such as backlit shots. Now, for my personal favorite, 4K movie frame. It lets you create 4K cinema-style videos right from your smartphone, just like a pro. 4K cinematic videos shot entirely on the Redmi Note 9 Pro. So with Pro Video Mode features, pros get more flexibility and control when shooting. So well, how about for those who want cool but easy to navigate features? We got you covered. We have an all-new feature called Kaleidoscope. With Kaleidoscope, you're able to shoot quirky, eye-catching, standout videos in an instant. You get 6 different options to choose from, and you can even add background music after all. So Kaleidoscope is available both on the rear and front camera. Now, speaking of the front camera, we've also packed a 16-megapixel in-display front camera for gorgeous selfies, especially for moments like these. And selfies just got even better with slow-motion selfies. Okay, so that's the slow-motion selfies. So this is definitely the Redmi Note series' best camera ever. We've talked about flagship-level design, flagship-level camera. What's next? Flagship-level performance, of course. So for the first time ever, we're bringing the Snapdragon 700 series to the Redmi Note. Redmi Note 9 Pro is powered by the Snapdragon 720G, and it's built on 8-nanometer process technology for better thermal efficiency. It also supports selected elite gaming features for an even more immersive gaming experience. And compared to the previous generation, we could see a tremendous upgrade for almost all aspects, notably CPU performance and AI performance. Next, a 2x2 MIMO Wi-Fi is also included for better signal and Wi-Fi coverage. So Redmi Note have always been known for their legendary battery life. And the legend continues with the Redmi Note 9 Pro. But this time, we're not just bringing flagship-level battery. We're also bringing flagship-level charging. Redmi Note 9 Pro comes with a huge 5020 mAh battery that easily lasts for more than 2 days. And this time, we're bringing Redmi Note's fastest charging ever. 30-watt fast charging. So 30-watt fast charging lets you charge from 0 to 50% in only 30 minutes. And we're also including the 33 fast charger in box. Redmi Note 9 Pro truly gives you a flagship-level battery and charging experience. And compared to flagship-level devices in the market, we could see that Redmi Note 9 Pro really stands out. You have a huge battery, 33 watts charger in box. So at Xiaomi, we take pride in giving the best experience possible. So even on the small details, we would focus on. So Redmi Note 9 Pro comes with a Z-axis linear motor, giving a flagship-level haptic feedback. So other phones in the market uses rotating motors. And comparing the two, the haptic experience on the Z-axis linear motor is more accurate, more responsive, and more satisfying. So here we could see the Z-axis linear motor on the Redmi Note 9 Pro. The difference in the user experience is pretty clear as you type, tap, touch, and unlock. It also provides 120 haptic effects for different scenarios, such as typing, notifications, and more. So besides the flagship-level haptic feedback, it also supports multifunctional NFC. So little details matter too. This time, Redmi Note 9 Pro comes with a pre-installed screen protector, so you don't need to buy one separately. Redmi Note 9 Pro equals flagship-level experience. You have awesome haptic feedback, NFC, splash-proof nano coating, and so much more. So with the Redmi Note 9 Pro, you truly get an ultimate flagship-level experience. You have awesome design, bigger display, pro camera features, flagship-level battery and charging. Now, for the price. I know you've all been waiting for this. First, let's take one more look at the flagship-level phone that you need. Redmi Note 9 Pro ticks the box for all the great features that you want in a smartphone. So competitor prices cost at around $469, and in some aspects offer lower value in terms of durability, battery, and charging. So for the 64 variant, the recommended retail price for the Redmi Note 9 Pro is $269. So you really get amazing products at honest prices. And for the 6 plus 128 variant, the recommended retail price is $299. How are you feeling about that? So I'm sure you're all very excited to get your hands on the Redmi Note 9 Pro.